Taking what we know about the proportions of the human head, we're going to begin constructing the head form. So this is really important for everybody to really get a handle on prior to adding on any features, because as you start adding features, it becomes a little bit harder to change that basic form of the human head. Now we're going to be constructing this using the reduction construction method as opposed to the pinch pot method, which has been used in previous versions of the head. You'll have a reference picture. You can certainly print off your own. I've provided you with 4 different options in the front of the room, plus you've got the picture on the back side here of your human head proportion sheet that could be used for options for heads. Take a lump of clay and begin doing a little bit of wedging to it. Now we really want to make sure that we basically make your head with 3 shapes. To begin with, we'll be taking a circle of clay, all right, kind of more of a kind of egg shape. You're going to be adding on a cylinder of clay. It goes underneath. This is where the neck is going to be. And then you're going to be adding on another lump of clay, which kind of spans over the first and second piece to create the chin, all right? The end result will be you'll have a good back portion of the head, which then goes down into where the neck is. You'll have a good front part of the face here, where it's not totally flat, but it will be a little bit more flat, kind of in this area where the nose and the features will be placed. And we'll definitely have a good spot where the chin goes right into the neck, but isn't at the bottom of our sculpture. All right? Again, this might change a little bit based on the look of the head that we're doing too. The neck may be wider or thinner. Right, so I basically have the start to my project here. It's more of a circle. I'm going to take that and I'm just going to, from the side, squish it together a little bit. So that way we understand that from the front, the head is taller than it is wide. All right, and then I'm going to grab another lump of clay, roll it into a cylinder, use gravity to make it really into a nice cylinder there. So this is going to be placed underneath the head, but more towards the back of the head. So if this is the front, just put an F on the front there just so we know it's the front. I'm going to place it a little bit more towards the back of the head. Okay. Reduction construction, you don't have to worry about score, slip, seal, but you will want to really make sure that the clay is well connected, just blended. But we'll take another lump of clay, and you're basically going to be making a banana type shape with the clay, because we want it to hug underneath the chin area in towards the neck. So you can see I've made, it's almost like a little half moon or crescent shape. And it's just going to go right underneath the head and hug the neck. One of the tendencies as you're working on your heads is to have the head looking up naturally. And you really don't want that, because then all of your features kind of get a little bit turned around. People's heads do look up, but oftentimes they're more straight ahead. And oftentimes with sculptures, it's just easier to really make sure that you're doing that. So it's easier to put your ears in the right place and everything like that. All right, so after the basic form is done, start to kind of place in where that chin is going to be, that jawline. So looking at the side profile of the head, you can start to see where that jawline is. Kind of press that in towards where the ear would be. Then we're all set to get started on putting our lines of proportion in place. So the real important ones to start with would be from the front view, getting the eye line in and the bottom of the nose line and the bottom of the lip line. Okay, the others will be adding on as we go through each of the features that we add on. So I would say that a good time to hollow out your project would be probably before you get a lot of your features in place. So you could even, at this point, after you get your the basic form done, slice this in half using the wire in the front of the room and hollow it out.